spawning in the top right from Validity Gaming. Our blue Terran player, this is Selkrig. And spawning in the bottom left from JaMiT Gaming in red, our Protoss. It is actually their captain as well. It's blitzed. It's actually a pretty quick filing out at the natural there. And he does have a probe moving on the map. I don't expect to see a cannon rush, but I mean, sure, that's a thing that can happen, right? No, he's not going to be that silly. He's just going to put a gate up front. He's not really worried about super early cheese that would really punish this. As a Protoss player, I was always really afraid of doing that, putting anything out front like this to begin. I feel like it just ends in poor things happening. Probe gonna be a jerk, shoot away the SCV that was building the barracks initially there. There's a gas here for Selkrig as well, so he'll be able to go into at least a scouting reaper or anything quick that he wants to do. He does have SCV out on the map, so he is scouting as well. Not going to see a whole heck of a lot. Seeing that get up front, I give him a little bit of a tip off of what he wants to do going forward. Probe does get pushed away here. SCV actually going to be annoying here. I want to see him put down the NG Bay. Do the NG Bay block. Do it. You can do it. He's just going to walk away. Okay. Fine. That's fine. We do see a Reaper in production here for our Terran player. So he'll get some nice information quickly. He'll be going into a quick expansion as well. And actually gets it down before Blitz does. But given that Blitz did go for these two gates here to start with, and a Zealot, actually, which is kind of surprising to see. He's not, I mean, he realizes he's not playing against a Zerg, right? Doesn't really need an early Zealot. Early Zealot isn't going to do too great against an early Reaper. First Reaper done. Anything else going to be made with that? There's a factory on the way. Just waiting for a second. Bit of production to come out from there. Now he's just going directly into a reactor. How about that? He should chrono this Zealot out as well. Actually, I guess that is walled off because I don't think he can get up on this side with the Reaper, so. Unless I'm lying, which is entirely possible. I play so little. I guess you can't get up here. Okay, well, that wall off was kind of pointless then. Reaper's going to get in and scout and see, really, there's nothing there, but there's nothing to shoot away the Reaper, so this is going to be kind of annoying for a while. He's already lost one worker. Reaper, come back! No, you can do it! Oh. There are stalkers out, so they will be able to push that away. Keep things safe from now on, at least. Cyclone is the initial choice out of the factory here for our Terran player. He did get that second gas, and he is getting his second barracks here, so should be seeing some bio. He's going to make a bunch of Marines and some Cyclones to help out. Maybe see Starport soon, but for the time being, both players are just happy to macro up a little bit, get some workers going. Stalker up here going to push away the Reaper, keep that from getting too much more information. Nice grenade there. But there's no extra tech out just yet, really, from either player. Reaper's going to go into the natural sea. There's nothing new here either. Oh, good. Almost die, but we'll get away from that. Don't want to lose the Reaper that quickly. At least you don't want to lose the Reaper that quickly for free. It's a lot of time he's going to be able to just walk around. There are a couple stalkers up here waiting for him to hop up again if he wanted to, but it should be just fine. Starport on the way here for our Terran player, so he's just getting everything that possibly does. Finally have a tech lab coming up, so he's going to go into STEM, combat shield, all those good things. Finally, a little bit of tech from the Protoss. He is getting a Twilight Council. But he wants to use that for anything out of there. It's going to be blink or charge. He's making a lot of stalkers early, so I would assume he's going to open blink. Just a really nice, safe opener that, if he really wants to, could do some pressure. There's a little bit of a force moving out on the map here for our Terran player. Let's see what he can get done. A few Marines, that Reaper's still there, a Cyclone. It's really not a lot of units. Not a lot of units. And there's actually quite a few units out here for Blitzed. So, this may not work out too well. Reaper did come back in and did see everything at least, so he does know that there is a Twilight Council here. Actually, it's going to be charge first, so despite all the early stalkers, he's going to go directly into charge. Cyclone's going to come up here, and Cyclones do a ton of damage, but his initial shots go off on the Zealot, actually, which is somewhat wasted. Zealot trying to chase the Marines. Pretty good kiting there from our Terran player, but Cyclone will go down. That is a lot of stalkers. They're going to be able to clean this up real easy. No problem there. Stim on the way, another barracks on the way. Worker count's actually super low for Blitz. He's got 31 workers. He's had 2 Nexus for quite a while. He's just missing workers a lot. He's got a lot of money, too. So I think he may have been a little bit worried about what was actually happening in his main base. But with all these stalkers and now charging me finishing up relatively soon, I think he may want to put on a little bit of pressure at least. But he doesn't have a Robo 4 Warp Prism or any forward pylons to speak of. And there's actually some Widow Mines out here as well, which is pretty annoying to deal with when you're trying to go for charge lots. At least initially. Especially if they all run in a clump. Just run directly into one of those. A couple more gateways coming in. No third base yet from... Well, no third base from a Protoss player, but as I said that, Suckreg started his third command center. He's got +1 attack on the way as well. Just getting everything up that he wants. 42 workers is doing pretty well. He's actually loading up all of his Marines into these medevacs. The same... Oh, God. Is this possibly going to happen? They're going to skirt right past that, actually. Don't think he's going to see it. No, he's not going to see the medevacs. So both armies moving out on the map. When was his last warp in? I don't think he's used warp for a while, so he should have a defensive warp in. But he actually sees us now. One Widow Mine does go down. There are actually 2 more here waiting. A lot of Zealots taking a lot of damage. There's only 1 bunker here, but now most of the Zealots are actually dead because of those Widow Mines. SCVs get pulled off the line completely. He's going to evacuate the natural. He needs to lift up the supply depot, though. The Zealots do get in the natural, but there are a few Marauders up here. Drop in the main base as well. So both players are going to be taking out a bunch of workers here. 10 probes go down really, really quickly. Some Stalkers actually get warped in back home. Meanwhile, this hasn't been cleaned up just yet. He actually does recall it. Does leave 1 Zealot behind. 1 Zealot's going to die. A terrible, terrible death. He should recall into the natural. So this drop is still doing a good bit of work. They do have stand. They do have +1 attack as well. Combat Shield doesn't finish yet, so they could be doing a lot more. But still only 3 Stalkers here, so this could still be okay for Suckreg. He's still going to get some damage done here. That's a lot of workers killed there by our Terran player. He's actually going to pick up and go ahead and get out of here. And he's going to drop in the natural and say, hey, I'm going to just be a little more annoying. Should take those medevacs away, and he does do that. 39 workers to 21. So Suckreg, really well played there. Just really a smart, crisis management situation. He pulled all of his SCVs off of the natural, took them in the main base, so he barely lost any. Meanwhile, Protoss player lost at least 13. He's lost 14 total. Yeah, he lost 13. And he doesn't have a third base. That's the Protoss. Terran is already moving down to take his third with that horrible commands. So he's in a pretty good spot. 78 to 45 supply total here. A lot of the difference is in workers. The army is also about double the size here, and with a lot nicer tech here for our Terran player. Temple Archives will be finishing up here in just a few minutes. I imagine he's going to be, not a few minutes, a few seconds. Imagine he'll be going into Storm. Super quick. He's going to take a third base, or he's going to try to go all in at some point. He doesn't have any upgrades yet. He is getting +1 attack. It's not going to be finished for a little while, though. And really, this is just unupgraded Zealots. They do have charge. Some Stalkers. There's an Immortal. If he had a Warp Prison, that'd be great. See, he could at least warp in defensively, or warp in offensively, but he's going to actually run directly into the army. The army's actually done an A move. Took a little bit of extra damage there, unnecessarily. But that's a little bit too much for the Protoss to actually walk into. And Suckreg's going to pick up. He realizes, hey, you don't have a lot of army. I want to pick everything up and go right into your main base again. 47 to 30 workers again. Blitz is really low on workers this entire game. That's kind of hurting him quite a bit, even after losing so many early as he did. He is trying to warp in a cannon up here, but his entire army is in the natural base, and the drop is coming in into the main. A couple pylons here. If they go down, a lot of the tech's going to be dead. Not tech even, just the warping capabilities. Loses 3 gateways possible. The army's, it's just in the natural. It's not really able to do much of anything. We don't have +1 armor just yet for the Terran player, but he's doing just fine. He's going to kite back from those Zealots. It is a lot of Zealots, though. He's going to have to get out of there. There's actually an Archon down at the low ground. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I think it may have just been morphed on the other side and probably can't get through this hole. But that would have been really cool if we would snipe off any of the medevacs. It wasn't quite able to do that. But looking at the supplies, you can see our Terran player is just in pretty comfortable control of this game. Adding on a bunch of macro barracks here. Always good to do. Adding on a Ghost Academy. He did see the Archon. He does know that Storm is a possibility. Just adding Ghost anyway is always nice. Actually, adding on 2 Ghost Academies, so we could see some sweet nukes at some point if the game lasts long enough. For the time being, Selcraig taking his 4th base. Happy enough to just macro up at home. She's sending some Widow Mines out. Gonna put them in random places. She herself's gonna run directly into it. Nice. Oop. Yep, that Widow Mine at least got a kill. So Zealots actually ran into both those Widow Mines as they were going to the map, so one of them didn't do anything. Actually, there's a couple of Liberators here. Zealots barely saw that maybe pop up on the mini-map, but that's going to be hard to notice it happening. Still no 3rd base from the Protoss player. A couple Zealots die. Pretty terrible deaths. There's next cannon here. Selcraig needs to make sure not to just completely ignore the fact that that exists. That's not a great spot to put that in. I think this is just going to die with no actual work done. We'll get a little bit of work done here in the natural. Killing a few more workers here. 4 workers. Oh, he's actually going to run the Zealots directly into it too. There you go. He does clean that up. Does blitzed. Selcraig. Almost 100 supply. More than the Protoss player. Rough position here for our JaMiT Protoss. He is trying to take his 3rd base here. Widow Mine actually does move up a little bit. But we do have Storm. Wait, do we have? Yeah, we do have Storm now. It did just finish up. We do have at least 1 Storm, almost 2. If he runs into that, that'd be just awful, but kind of hilarious. +1/+1 finish for our Terran player. Only +1 attack for Protoss. We'll walk right into that with Widow Mine. He has 1 Storm available. Could be juicy. Those are all clumped up. We need to see it though. There's the 1. That's about it though. The 2 Archons that just murked in don't have enough energy to actually put down any Storm. 144 supply to 42. The entire army is now dead for the Protoss player. Did overstim just a little bit, but that's alright. Warp Ends are getting killed off before they actually become alive. Selcraig is going to take game number 1 here of this best of 7 all kill.